You're putting this jacket on because it's your velvet Capaldi jacket. Is that what you're telling me?
I bought it specifically because I thought it looked like his jacket.
I don't... It's... Okay, it's got a zip on it.
I know his
It's not velvet.
It kind of is.
Wait, who am I?
It's purple. Ha 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 ha.
For the audio listeners, I stroked Connor's jacket.
Yeah, watch the crispy episode. Although I've said it 1,000 times, I stroked the real jacket.
It's the closest Connor's ever been to meeting a famous person, so you're always like...
I've met a few famous people, for your information.
Yeah, of course. You're with Australian's favourite director, Aidan Green.
Like myself, yeah. I met myself and you.
All right, I'm going to start off today's show. I'm going to briefly touch upon a segment that we've not done in a while.
Okay.
I'm going to have to edit this sting in later because I don't have it on my computer. Mm-hmm. But it's time for Australia's least favourite segment. It's Finishing Big.
No shit. Fuck, that's been a while.
And we're just dancing to the...
We haven't finished Big for a while.
With no sound. It's really funny, like, when we do bits with no... Like when I edit the sound in later, like... I sent Connor a Snapchat. I sent Connor a Snapchat on the weekend of us with Crispy, and it's the first time that me and Connor have done the show together in person where we've had headphones in listening to our guest, who was Crispy Pro, and
flex, flex hard,
and so there's like this part I hadn't put the sound in yet, and we're all just dancing to nothing, and it's just like this awkward boogie. Anyways, big finish.
You're like, what if I just left it?
Yeah, I'm like, what if
I just like...
Yeah, just us dancing to nothing. That's good. Big finish I want to talk about today. Something... I tap in and out of Big Finish. You know, I sort of... It comes and goes in waves. And...
the old hit it and quit it.
Yeah, that's it. Smash and pass.
I told you the Shack Talk wasn't over.
That's it. Juicy goss before the show, folks. That's what I'm saying. So usually I'll listen to a few box sets or something, and then one of them won't hit for me, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm going to tap out for a bit. I dip my toes in,
You do dip your toes.
I got my fingers in a couple of pies.
Yeah. Few logs. What's it? Irons in the fire.
Something like that. So I had a big 8-hour drive on Monday or Tuesday actually, and I thought, why not spend $3 on a 2.5-hour Big Finish story called Jubilee, which was written by Robert Sherman. Okay. So a Colin Baker story with I think a Big Finish companion. Okay. Called, I think it was Evelyn. And let me tell you, great together, great combination. It's a Dalek story, but it's actually the story that Robert Sherman's Dalek is based off of. So basically, like Russell T Davies,
right? So he wrote Jubilee. Dalek.
Yeah. So Russell T Davies heard Jubilee.
Yeah.
And was like, "Oh, can I get you to make that again, but for live action?"
I thought it was so funny you say that. I thought it was a novel because this week home,
I have an update on that. You go.
This week at home, my sister was like, "Can you chuck on that Doctor Who episode with the Dalek underground?" And it was Dalek. Mm-hmm. And I said, it was a book. And then Russell asked me to adapt it. Look at me.
You're so wrong.
I'm a fucking fool. I've literally been proven wrong.
No, but...
live on air.
It has been adapted. You know the Target novelizations?
Yes.
So they're like the retellings of episodes. They, most of the time, get the writers of the episode back themselves to write it as a
Rose.
book.
They did...
Day of the Doctor. They've done Dalek.
Didn't they do Beast Below?
No, they haven't done Beast Below.
Okay.
They've done Crimson Order.
That was one.
And there's a few ones that came out recently. I think Fires of Pompeii. And in the the one by Rona Roma, the person who wrote Survival, that It Is a Light.
That was the weird one. That was it.
Yeah, and they got Rona Monroe, I think that's the name, back to write it. Yeah, so I've been reading the Dalek one lately as well. So it was like a weird thing where it's like I've been reading this version of it, but then I was listening to Jubilee, the audio version of it technically. Very different story though. Like, it's got the same basics in terms of it's a Dalek from a war. It's not the Time War, though. It's just, like, left behind from another war.
Yeah, right.
And it's on its own. But, you know what I'm going to say? Dalek. What did we give Dalek when we watched it?
I loved it, so I think I know we both did.
We both loved it, yeah. So we both gave it an 8.75. Very specific thing for us both to do. Oh, that's Photoshop.
8.75.
Yeah, we both gave it an 8.75. But what I'm going to tell you is... other than maybe the last 20 minutes when it gets a little bit more Daleks get involved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This version, Jubilee, even better than Dalek.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, I was hooked. Like, I've never been so hooked to an audio drama in my life. Like, I was like, this is good shit. Like, this is good Doctor Who. Colin was on fire, had the twists and turns, a little bit of timey-wimey, and a great theme thing. Like, it's saying a lot about, people can choose to be good people, right? People who do bad things do it. They make those decisions that lead them there, right? And people come up with excuses as to why they're a bad person sometimes and things. And also, it acknowledges, like, we've got to look to the past and look to our histories to make sure that stuff doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Which is, obviously, saying a lot about, like, Nazi Germany and stuff and how that's, Daleks are based off of that.
Yeah,
So there's all these really cool, like, thematic things in there. It's literally $2.99 on the Big Finish store, and it's so worth a listen. So if anyone's thinking about, like, getting a Big Finish they've not heard before, this is from 2003, and it's great. The acting's awesome. It's better than a lot of the new Big Finish stuff, because a lot of the new Big Finish stuff is like, all right, Kate Stewart, let's go. Take out those Autons. And like whenever there's an action sequence, it's just like... I love Big Finish. I will put that out there. I do enjoy a lot of the stuff they do. Yeah. But there's definitely a change in the storytelling to what it used to be. And it very much used to be more audio drama. And that's what Jubilee is.
Wow. Mm-hmm. You've almost convinced me, Aiden.
It's good. $2.99, man.
Yeah, I know. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
I have the app, so...
That's progress.
Yeah, well, I got fucking spare parts, so...
That's true.
Yeah. I think I prefer the old ones anyway, so that is good.
Oh, that's good. I've also been chipping away at the War Master, but I won't go into that yet because I've not finished it, so maybe we'll talk about that next week or something.
The War Master, okay.
Yeah, so with Derek Jacobi as
cool.
the master. I've not finished that yet, so we'll save that for another time.
It's funny how Matt and Peter were just like, I'm not doing Big Finish.
Please don't bring me back there.
Don't they have a guy who does like an impression of Matt Smith?
Yeah, and a really good job. Yeah, I think he does a Peter impression as well, which is a bit... It's good. It's better than nothing, right?
Right, okay.
But his Matt and I think his David impressions are great. Obviously, they don't really need him for the David ones anymore. But
okay.
You know what we are, Connor?
We are the 50% Doctor Who podcast.
Oh my god! You didn't even have to look at the run sheet.
No, I don't. I do not.
Connor, what's to come in today's episode?
What's to come?
50% Doctor Who podcast.
I haven't read this. It says... What? Am I reading from here?
Well, you can... Okay, no... So
Power of the Doctor,
we'll bounce off, okay? All right?
Power of the Doctor.
Let's bounce this,
okay? All right.
All right, still to come in today's episode, the 50% Doctor Who podcast.
All right, we've got our thoughts on Power of the Doctor, the name, and the new poster.
You've also got our review of this week's episode, Heaven Sent.
Yeah, it's like a fan favourite.
A fan favourite. And... I'm going to touch on something else, a little bit off topic.
Thoughts on Andor. So I didn't watch Andor. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so there's 3 episodes of Andor out, and I'm going to talk about the first episode briefly because it's not for everyone.
Can I also not have a True Detective?
You can have a brief note. It's not on the schedule, Connor.
Oh, please.
If this episode runs over...
What are we going on schedules these days?
That's it, mate. Look, I've got timings in the... That's just rough. Don't worry. We don't have to stick by that timing.
How did that go last week? Was it pretty
good? We went slightly over, but that's fine.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, it's just all about streamlining the show, getting rid of the hoo-ha, but still embracing
the run sheet.
That's right. So, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You can subscribe to the 50% Doctor Who podcast YouTube channel, and that's the title.
We got clips on there. We got the footage of episodes. You can go check them out if you want.
Check out our faces. We're also going to be bringing in old episodes that aren't available on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
50% podcast.
So if I'm not mistaken, you're referring to the seasons that are on Spotify but not on YouTube?
Yeah, because we sort of started posting them on YouTube when we started the show, and then very quickly stopped, I think, mid-season 2. So I'm going to pick that up, and because we then resumed it in mid-season 7 when we started filming the podcast.
Yeah, so how are you going to do that?
Well, I just got the audio. I'm going to put like a small disclaimer at the start of each episode of me just being like, hey, this episode we talk about this, and this. This was filmed on this episode.
You're going to do that every time?
We'll see. I'm definitely going to do it for the first, so when people put it on, they're not confused.
We're like... What, we started...
These are going to be episodes from 2 years ago. This is the Josh Stairs missing episodes. Missing episodes of the 50% podcast.
I think we started uploading to the channel from Town Called Mercy onwards.
Is when we came back to making.
No, maybe not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when
Was it?
Yeah, because
I think we did the snowman and stuff. I think.
No, it was Town Called Mercy onwards.
I think that was footage though.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, was it Town Called Mercy onwards?
Yeah. We started
Oh
filming.
yeah, of course. No, because Snowman's afterwards.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
You're not even a Doctor Who fan.
God, I'm not a fan anymore. God.
Talking about the YouTube channel, I just want to put it out there. We're currently, as we speak,
Yep.
on 165 subscribers. Great progress. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all joining.
We're the best. Let's go.
50% army. But we'd love more of you. So what we want to do is if this is your first time listening, or maybe you listen on the audio and you're like, oh, maybe I can look at their faces. Let's try and get us to 200 in the next month or so, right?
We never ask for subs, to be fair.
We don't.
We
but
never
I'm just saying,
do,
just at the top of the show, let's just say.
So why not?
We can, yeah, why not?
Why not? We deserve it.
In the next month or so, let's try for 200. Then maybe end of the year. Who the heck knows? Can we do 500? Can we do 500?
600?
Could we?
1,000? A million?
PewDiePie's going to be like, guys, how did you do that?
I don't think there's a Doctor Who channel with 1 million subs.
I'm curious who's got the most.
I think it's Harry's Moving Media.
Interesting.
I think he's got 100k.
Maybe the Doctor Who YouTube channel.
Not counting that. What are the Who Addicts on? Are they still around?
No, I think they might be coming back though.
I remember when the Who Addicts, I tweeted them. You're like, what should me and Connor call our Doctor Who podcast? And I tweeted the Who Addicts saying, is the Who Addicts taken? And they replied to me saying, yes, it is. And I was like, damn, they replied. Yeah, rip the Who Addicts.
Rip. No, I think they might be. They've teased that they might be coming back.
It's their beef with Matt Lucas. It just ruined them.
Took off.
That beef.
Yeah,
That's how you get clicks.
But we'll do a special episode of the pod if we reach 500. So that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, yeah, what's the special episode?
I don't know, we got to figure that out.
What's so fucking special about it?
We were kind of teasing in the comments the other day that maybe at some point, me, you, Crispy, Josh could do an episode, the four of us, the Aussie pod. Maybe, we can talk to them about making that 500 episode.
I was going to say we could do Twice Upon a Time, all four of us. But that's okay.
Interesting.
That's okay.
Well,
we'll
figure it out.
I'll just go throw that in the bin and wait for 500 subscribers.
What we'll say is we'll do a special pod for 500.
What's that? 320?
335.
Yeah, 35
to go.
Okay.
Wow, that's like not halfway.
That's not too bad. You can literally get that in 5 minutes.
All right, challenge accepted.
Like less.
Challenge accepted. I also want to just do a quick acknowledgement at the start of this episode, just saying that I a lot of the time when I make the thumbnails and things like that, not all the episodes, but a lot of the episodes, I go to a great website called the Black Archives website, and
the Black Archive.
Yeah. So what they do is they.
Wait, is that a joke? You mean from Doctor Who?
No, that's what the website's called.
Oh, that's not a joke.
Yeah,
being serious. It's actually called that.
Yeah, so they get archive photos from all episodes, like HD photos. So
it is about Doctor Who only. Yeah, you don't go there for any other videos.
It's got all the spin-offs and that, and they got like rare photos on there. And it sometimes if I can't find a good picture like on Google, I'll go to the Black Archive. Sometimes it's my first point of call as well to get them photos. I'm going to leave a link to that in below. So if you ever fancy reminiscing over old photos and things like that,
I love your thumbnails. I think they're great.
Yeah, and look, it's a great website, easy to use, and it's got really good stuff on there. And I can imagine it takes a lot of time to create that kind of thing. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I feel really bad though. I feel like I should learn how to just use fucking Photoshop, because you know how like I do the clips, but the only thing Aidan does is like make the thumbnail, which is still quite a lot to do. So I would like to take one less job away from you, but I've never learned how to use Photoshop.
I tell you what,
it's like a big headache for me.
There's two things I want to say. One is that you can tell when I've had no time to make a thumbnail.
I disagree. I think they're always really good.
Okay, all right. Well,
I think they're always really good.
Sometimes, like,
I like the Simpsons one with Homer, where it's like those dark sets of mine. It wasn't even like, it was just the picture, and I love that. I love the simplicity of it.
Sometimes when it is just like a few square pictures on like a Time Void X background, that's really when I'm rushing, because if not, usually I'll try and like crop them out and put them in and stuff. But when I'm good, I feel like I've really
I think
my
they're
Photoshop
great.
abilities.
I ain't just trying to suck your ding dong. I'm just saying they're actually good.
Please.
I do love.
I need my ding dong.
I love the David Tennant picture of a fan taking a selfie of him on one of our clips. That's my favorite.
The one where I didn't make a thumbnail.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going to message you. I'm like, I'm like, nah, he's probably just going to fucking leave it. He's not even going to go back and fix it. It's there, and it's not going anywhere. It's literally a fucking picture of David Tennant, like, taking a selfie with a fan.
I just didn't have time to make a thumbnail, so I just jumped on Dr. Google for a second.
That's fine. Dr. Ink. Drink.
Reflection on last week. How'd we go with Crispy?
I let anxiety get the best of me. That's what happened.
I disagree.
Now we're listening. No, it's not my best work. He was so lovely, and it's nothing against him. He's such a nice guy.
I thought it was a real fun episode.
No, it was, but I think I let my... I just been watching him for so long, and I'm such a huge fan of him, and I was nervous. No, please do not read into this. There's nothing that happened that made me think that
you guys
he's not
we
made me
finished
feel
the call,
nervous.
And oh man, the words that came out of these two guys'
I
mouths
had to walk off set.
Yeah,
the shed.
Yeah, man,
I had to
whip
break
out,
us up through Zoom.
Yeah,
break it up.
Pull you off of my computer.
I will hang up on you, Crispy. No, just
no, don't hang up on me. Please.
Don't read into it. It's nothing at all. It's me. I just got like way too nervous, and it's something I need to learn to get better at. And I think the more we'll do interviews, the more we'll get better at it. You were as cool as a cucumber, and I'm glad you were there.
I was surprised that I was, but like I said to you over Messenger, like I think we kind of swapped. Like when we had Josh on the show, I felt like I was really
nervous too with that as well.
But I think you handled it much better. It's weird that we know, like obviously, like Josh and Crispy and whoever we have on in the future, they're all just normal people.
I know
we build these anxieties in our head.
They did never give us any reason to be scared.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think it's because I've been watching him for so long that. To have Crispy on was such an honor, and I got just nervous, I think. And it's not my best work, I think.
I think it was fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We've been talking shit about our audio between us recently, because our audio the last few
episodes... That was probably my fault as well.
...has been... no, mine was... We really fucked up, because your game was way too loud, and mine was way too low. And what we record through, we don't get the stems separately, so we can't actually properly adjust them. So I had to individually go through, and whenever I talk, boost it up. And whenever Connor talked, boost it down for each individual.
Sounds like a fucking pain.
Oh, mate, it took me hours and hours to do. And I was sat there and I was like, man, this is one of those episodes where our guest audio is so much better than ours.
His audio was really good.
Yeah, it was.
It was really good. Every time I heard it. And
in fact, I kind of low-key made it a little bit worse than it was, because I was trying to balance it with ours a bit, and so sometimes some things he said peaked a little bit. Anyways.
He's such a showman. I was editing clips today, and... he's just a showman. He's just really good at talking, and and I guess I'm not. I don't know. I just kind of beat myself up about it, and like I'm not looking for self fucking pity.
Wow, you want pity?
I'm not looking for like people to tell me that I'm good at what I do.
Connor, you are. Don't worry.
I just don't
listen to those thoughts inside your head.
I personally just don't think it was my best work.
Okay, I think it was
and
fine.
I can just admit that, and I think next time I'll do better, and Yeah.
I think don't beat yourself up too much, Connor.
I was listening to the car and I was fucking cringing hard at myself. I was like, literally the whole time I was like, why did I fucking say that? I just kept making stupid things like, oh wow, cool. Yeah. I'm like, just shut up. Don't say shit like that. It just sounds stupid. You sound fucking desperate. And like people listen. No, because I know I do it when I listen to people on podcasts that I don't listen to a lot. And sometimes I'm like, I really hate this co-host. I wouldn't be surprised if people say that about me, and that's fair enough. Like they can think that if they want. But I think you handle yourself really well. Let's just hope next time I handle myself like that as well. I just got a bit nervous. I think
you're fine.
Thank you.
Stop beating yourself up.
Fucking fine.
We finally have a title for the centenary special.
That we do.
Mm-hmm. That title being The Power of...
the Doctor. Wow.
Oh my god. Wow.
How do they keep coming up with these amazing titles? How do they do it? Eve the Daleks.
He's come a long way, man.
Legend of the Sea Devils.
He's gone from Battle of...
I am pretty sure it's not.
Stuff.
Battle of the...
I wasn't a huge fan when I first read it. I was actually probably a bit more on the negative side, but I thought I'd keep my opinions a bit reserved, because I knew... It's one of those things where we build up our own hype about what could this name be. So when it came out and it was just the power of the Doctor, it was a bit underwhelming. But with time, it's like, It's fine. Like, it's not a great title, but it's good.
Well,
it's
they did leave it for too long. It leads me to believe maybe they didn't have a title. Maybe they just wrote it as a centenary special and just didn't have a title for a while. And they're like, what do we call it?
Which happens often during production. Like, the amount of times you see scripts of episodes, or even sometimes movies, when you're talking about big franchise movies, where
like a working title.
Yeah, it's a working title. So
yeah,
I don't know.
And sometimes those working titles stay, which is quite funny. But yeah.
What do you think of the Power of the Doctor as a title?
I instantly thought of Power of the Daleks. Instantly,
yeah,
that made me laugh.
I saw someone like
to myself in my room alone. It's not that funny.
I know, your laugh is making me laugh. The Power of the Doctor. I saw someone tweet online. They were like, "Everyone's giving it shit, but you guys, it doesn't make sense that you're talking shit about it because all of these episodes use these words, and it's like Power of the Doctor, Power, like all these titles that have these words in it." And I was close to commenting and being like, "I think that's the problem. Like it is just." It's unoriginal in the words, like them words are used in lots of Doctor Who episodes, which is fine. Like, and like I said, I'm fine with the title. It's just not. I don't know. It's nothing blown away. I don't hate. Part of me was like, could still call it the centenary. Like when we talk about the 50th, sometimes we call it Day of the Doctor.
Yeah,
most of the time
I call it 50th most of the time.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I generally do think it was just called centenary, and you know what? If it actually was like with the title. Was at the next time trailer, I would be like, cool, that's a good name. Yeah. But the fact they made us wait, and it leads me to believe again that maybe they just didn't have the name, especially during COVID. They probably were just like, just call it Centenary Special now, write it, and we'll come up with a name later. And I actually put a poll up, and because I was interested to see what people were thinking. And last time I checked, it was quite divided, and I kind of like it when polls are like that. But yeah, I put up...
A bit juicy.
Put up, do you like the centenary title? And yes, got 62%. No, got 38%.
Goodness me.
So it seems to be pretty okay. I just think it's like, you know what? It's just fine. And
yeah.
Will the Doctor... Will that title be anything to do with the episode? I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
The Doctor's got power.
So there's two ways that you can obviously interpret this. And it's probably a dual meaning title, which I can appreciate. One is it's obviously a regeneration story. The Doctor's power is regeneration.
Regeneration, yeah, correct.
But we're also seeing a lot of old friends of the Doctor. I'd be surprised if there wasn't more that we haven't seen. Like other cameos, like maybe Ian Chesterton.
There are many rumours that there are. Going to be people, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, that's the power of the Doctor. And we know that is one of the powers of the Doctor, is that she/he/they change, that, that they have an impact on people, right? Like, they can create their own movement, and it's like the ending of Series 3, right? Like, you could have called The Last of the Time Lords the power of the Doctor, right? Because it's everyone thinks that one word at the same time.
It's so powerful.
Doctor. And
it's so powerful, it changed everything.
Jesus, Doctor.
Yeah, it's just fine. I think I'm with everybody when I just say it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, some people are nasty about it, which is just dumb. But
I actually am, like, generally. And I want to stop saying this. I feel like every time I listen to the show, I'm like, I sound like a fucking broken record, but I genuinely am really keen to see it.
So yeah, I'm really excited now. Actually,
what's funny? It probably will come out on my birthday. Ooh. If it's the 16th in England, it'll be the 17th for Australia. It'll either be that or the 24th, which will be the 23rd in the UK. Yeah.
Good segue because so either the 16th or the 24th, or I think could it be the 30th or 31st? I don't know.
That's weird. That's when Halloween Apocalypse came out.
Spooky. Yeah, so actually spooky. If it comes out on the 16th, I think the next issue of Doctor Who magazine comes out on the 13th, and they said that's also a Power of the Doctor themed issue.
Okay.
So it's definitely going to be after the 13th. We got some pictures. We won't talk about them too much because everyone's seen them, especially the last few days. They've become widely available online.
The HD versions got uploaded because everyone was posting them through the magazines.
Yeah.
They got sent out. That's when I think the name was in that.
Yeah, that's the name got revealed through the magazine.
Which is odd because it was only wasn't until yesterday the BBC released a promo image with the name on it.
Which that poster looks awesome.
No, it's really cool, yeah.
But that's also because the BBC were in blackout mode because of the 10 Days of Mourning for the Queen.
Right, I see.
So that's
I heard
like-
people say that about the trailer, maybe, if that was why it was pushed back.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, shit, true.
curious.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that poster and the name drop was meant to come out the same day as Doctor Who magazine.
Yeah, not probably.
But they obviously couldn't post it.
Probably,
because of the
yeah.
I'd be surprised if in the next 7 days we don't have a trailer. Put it that way.
You know how we say, like, we'll leave and it'll come out?
Like we'll stop pressing. We'll turn off the record button.
Yeah, and it'll
on
be
the
out.
podcast, and it'll be out.
It'll be out.
That's right. Which is fantastic.
We have a title now, so we just need a trailer and a date.
Yeah, we got a poster. We probably need a cooler. Like, I love that poster. I think it's awesome. But we
need like
a poster of all of them with the date on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Give me some more Dan content.
Dan the Man. Pictures all look cool. The stuff of the Master.
Yeah.
Stuff of Yaz.
They've also teased a jaw drop moment.
They said...
which I'm sure they've got to say something like that.
It was Sasha the one that said it. What did he refer to it as? He said like a Sherlock Holmes style twist.
Yeah, and apparently he watched the final cut and he was like, I'm glad we really nailed it the way we did.
So it makes you think, could it be something to do with the Timeless Child? Like, is the Master the Timeless Child?
Yaz.
Miniaturized Yaz is one of the photos.
He's holding her.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Fuck, what's going on?
But could the jaw drop moment be like, Chibnall's drawn a lot on Classic Who and what Classic Who was going to do before it got cancelled, and one of those things was making the Master and the Doctor siblings.
Yeah, I either think it might be I think it might be a sibling thing. Which, to be honest with you, it won't drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, fine.
Yeah.
Hey, only siblings would argue that much, okay?
I wouldn't...
Let's be real. That's exactly... that's pretty accurate, you know?
I'm hoping, and I don't mean this with hate to the Timeless Child, but I'm hoping that it's like the thing of the Timeless Child's actually the Master, and that's the big...
And that'd be the other thing, I think. That's the other
I
thing
think that's highly likely, and I hope that that's...
But don't you think that's a bit funny that they did the whole arc in season 12?
Yeah. It's...
It would interest me if that was, and I doubt it, if he actually did write all that, and then it kind of went south, and then he was like, okay, we'll just say it was the Master last minute, and...
I think time will tell.
I would rather he stuck with his guns, even though I don't like it. I would rather he just stuck with his guns and just did his story.
I think it'll tie it up neater if it's the Master, because...
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty clear that, that I don't think anyone's going to ignore it, like future showrunners, but I don't think any future showrunners are going to necessarily be jumping onto that story.
So what? Joe Martin's Doctor then? That wouldn't make sense then.
I think Chibnall said in an interview he's not going to explain the Joe Martin Doctor.
But... why would the Master have a TARDIS?
What if it's the Joe Martin Master? Oh!
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
What if Joe Martin is the Master?
What? Like another incarnation?
It's a dumb theory. Yeah.
That's the thing though, like, that's what kind of makes me feel like he won't be the Timeless Child, because Joe Martin's Doctor.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that is true.
You know what though? We don't...
That's a curveball.
Maybe there was Doctors we just don't know about, alright?
Maybe Joe Martin's the next Doctor. Maybe it's David Tennant 14,
Gaspar.
Joe Martin's 15, and then Ncuti Gatwa's 16, and we're going to do it all in the next year.
Bro, dude, it makes me laugh so much that Chibnall was just like, I ain't going to explain it. She's just there. I'm like, bro, it's your job.
It made a cool plot twist, okay? That was a cool
That's what kind of bugs me. Like,
let me take it from the top. I'm the Doctor.
Yeah,
that was a cool scene.
It was really good. Like, why the two things that really worked was Sasha's Master and Joe Martin's Doctor. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, Sasha's been in it quite a bit. No, was he only in Sky?
He was in Series 12, Episode 1, 2, and 10.
He shot briefly in 9.
Yeah. We also have Black Cybermen, like the Time Warrior. What are they called? The Cyber...
What the
Cyber Masters?
What the Time Lord?
Time Lord Cybermans, which I like. I think they look cool.
And is it Astrid?
Asha. Yeah, we knew he was
Asha.
back. Ashad.
Yeah, but why is he back?
Don't question it, man.
Wasted potential.
Not yet. He's back.
The plot twist is wasted potential. What a fucking ugh.
Moving on.
Anyway, we'll get there when we review it.
We better talk about something good.
I am positive, to be fair.
You are. Connor is negative Nancy.
Thank you, Aidan. I love how can you quickly show how small your drink is compared to your David Mundy
stubby holder?
So, do they have stubby holders in the UK? I don't think they do.
I think people probably know what they are now, but I definitely know, like, when I first moved over, everyone was like, what the fuck is that?
I hate stubby holders.
Dude, no, I love them.
Is it because it keeps...
Keeps your hand fucking not cold, man, when you're having a beer.
Mitch said it keeps your hand not cold, and also it keeps the beer cold inside.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Do you really struggle holding it with your fingers? Like, is that an issue?
My hands are delicate.
Are you like, oh god, it's so cold.
So cold, please. I've got to put my drink down. Also, mine and Connor's health detox has clearly gone very well.
Nothing wrong with a beer.
Or gin.
Or a cider. Or even beer.
Or
I had a few beers today, alright?
Today we're talking the genuine article of Whilst We're Here.
The genuine article.
Is, we're talking about Heaven Sent.
Oh.
Which is...
Oh, yeah, though.
Bro, it has sent me,
me
this
too.
episode. Alright, Heaven Sent. Yeah. Is the 11th and penultimate episode in the 9th series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who, first broadcast on the 28th of November. God, we're so close to Christmas.
Wow, that's so close to Christmas.
2015.
Wow.
It was written by Stephen Moffat and directed by who?
Rachel Tlali.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
In the episode, the Doctor is imprisoned in a waterlocked castle by his people, the Time Lords. A shrouded creature pursues the Doctor in an attempt to interrogate truths from him. The episode received universal critical acclaim, with many labeling it one of the strongest episodes of the 9th series, easily, and of the show overall. Special attention was given to Capaldi's acting, Moffat's writing, and Solele's direction. Obviously a massive episode. Did you love it from day one?
No, actually.
Whoa! Oh, okay.
I when I first watched it, I heard like how great it was through like reviews and stuff, and I think that really, I was expecting something massive.
Interesting.
And I was a bit espresso the presso back in the day when I was watching it, and I think
it's no Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was like, it's no Walking Dead. Literally, that's probably why I said no. I didn't say that. I'm not Aidan. Fuck. No, I just think that like I don't think I appreciated something like this as much as I did when I was younger.
Right.
But then over the years, I think I rewatched it like maybe a year later when I got the Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. I got the Blu-ray later than when it came out. I know it came out like a couple of months after season 9 aired, but like I got it a little bit later. I think I got the Blu-ray in like whatever. Anyway, but like, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, I didn't appreciate it. Now I love it. Obviously, I mean, I rewatch it like every year.
Yeah,
at least. Like,
well, not the last 2.5 years, actually, Connor.
No, but I did. Sorry, I can't skip episodes, obviously. But, you know, I used to watch it, like, every year. Yeah. Maybe every 6 months. It's just one of the best episodes ever.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it from day one. I don't think I loved it. I think I was just like, yeah, it's good. And then, yeah, as I grown up, I'm like, damn, it's really well made. It's one of those ones that it's almost hard to talk about because everything you want to say about it is just like, you know, the cinematography is amazing. The direction is amazing. Even the VFX is so good. Like... I love the pacing. Like, it's just the pacing and the editing. There's like a rhythm to it. Like, you know, he's like falling out of the tower, and then as he falls, they cut it at the right time. So he starts falling, but then he pushes through the TARDIS doors. Yeah, and the score's like dun 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 dun, and it's so like, oh man, Pete's so good. And I think especially the last half hour. I think if I had to fault anything to it, it's that there is a moment, I reckon, about the 15 to 25 minute mark. There's about 10 minutes where it does tread a bit of familiar ground. Mm-hmm. And I get a little bit ready for it to move on. Yeah. But I think once you reach the 25 minute mark, I think from then onwards, it's fire. And like, it goes like that. It goes so quick. And so does the first 15 minutes. I think there's just a bit in the middle where I'm like, okay, we're slowing down a bit here, which I don't know why it's not a bad thing to slow down, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this is one of those insanely unique episodes that
only Moffat would do.
Yeah, I got to give the guy, you know, so much credit. Like, you even look on like IMDb, like top 2 episodes are his. Probably like, come on, like Blink and Heaven Sent, and I think we give Russell. Fairly, we give him, you know, so much praise, but I think, man, Stephen, like, he did just like, look at Blink, Heaven Sent, like, you know, just, I know people love the Library two-parter, like, you know, he gave us just some of the most amazing episodes. And it's funny, like, whenever I think of episodes that I love, I literally think of Heaven Sent, I think of Blink, I think of my favorite episode, Empty Child, Doctor Dances. They're all Moffat stories. Like, Russell was really great, nostalgic, and an amazing writer. I think you just think about Steven's stories.
I almost think like, and this is like comparing tomatoes with tomatoes. That's
right.
What a weird analogy.
Yeah. No. I get what you mean.
But like, I think Russell excels at like telling a great character story over 13, 5, however many episodes, right? I think that Moffat, I think he run the show well. Like, I do think he, especially season 5, I think told a great 13-part story. But I think where he's at his best is like these single stories, like these 1 to 2 part stories. Totally. And I think he's better than Russell at that. And that's not a bad thing, because I think Russell's great in other parts of writing. But it's like you said, you think of them standout stories, and 90% of the time, they're Moffat stories, even in Russell's era. But then, like, you know, you look at Russell's era, and like he tells such a great story arc in series 1, and then that continues over for the next 3 seasons of his show. And, you know, I expect that to continue on as we go into his new era.
Definitely.
But yeah, I almost think that Russell's the best showrunner, but Moffat's the best like single episode writer. Yeah. It's hard to say, because I also really love Russell's dialogue. But I guess in terms of the story,
it's a good argument to be having, you know, because we're so lucky to have these stories. Yeah. And you know, I just can't say this enough. I think it truly is just an amazing piece of art. Like, I really do, and I think it's something you can show to people who even aren't even like a fan of Doctor Who, I think.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, you want to do something like this? Like, study this episode. Because I generally think down to the writing, directing, acting, the score.
Oh, dude.
I just think it's perfect. I generally do.
Murray just must have walked into the BBC National Orchestra, dipped his like fucking wand in some fire, and then just started like,
dude, hell of a
waving it around, drawing shapes.
A hell of a bird,
stick.
Dude. He really brought his own game, and I think you can just tell everyone did. You know, like, you know, Shepherd's Boy is regarded as one of his greatest hits, and it's so good. Like, and that whole sequence is amazing. Even like you said about the editing, it's like like just showing how it just keeps repeating and. Once
like
you know
200,000 years,
I know,
450,000 years.
Once you clock onto what's going on, and like you're right, like when it starts, like you get like the rundown what's going on, and it's like, and it is, I mean, it's in the nicest way. It's slow, you know, and it just like, you know, and it builds up, and then like when it gets going, like it almost snowballs. It starts quite small, and then when it gets going, and it goes so fucking quick, and
so good.
And this is if anyone ever asked me why Pete's my favorite Doctor, I just say Heaven Sent, because I just love his Doctor and how fucking wacky and goofy he is. And I really, in this episode, I was like, man, you can really tell Pete is just like
great.
He was just doing like his thing, and he was like, I don't give a fuck if people don't like my Doctor. Like, it's the closest I've seen to like a classic era kind of Doctor. Like, he was just wacky and kind of odd, and he didn't care that he was just being wacky and odd. He didn't care that, you know, audiences might get it, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. But oh man, like, come on. I just think it's so many beautiful like just locations as well. Those beautiful massive dining room, and just like
and they like film him like silhouetted against the orange light. It's like stunning.
Just some massive wide lenses, just getting some like down shots. Like man, like just it's fantastic,
mate. It also on a story level says a lot about grief as well, which I think is really interesting. And I just think it's one of those episodes that so well ties in its theme with the story and the action and the adventure of it all. And I think that's a real good art form. I think Rachel, Pete, and Moffat, like, I know they get praised like crazy, but I think you still can't praise them enough for how good those three. But it
just works. It just fucking works.
Obviously, it takes more than just, you know, those people, but you know, they're the fearless leaders, right? They're the captain of the ship, and I think they just did a phenomenal job with it. And
it just all works.
The way it comes together at the end, even the Gallifrey reveal at the end, like, I'm curious as to how we're going to go with Hellbent next week, but I think that's great. Like, I think
that'll be a lot kinder than Hellbent.
I think so as well. But they come out and they see Gallifrey, and it's like, fuck, it's this great shot of the boy running up to it.
I was thinking, I wonder where they shot that.
Gallifrey. Honestly.
No, I just like didn't look like the UK. That's all. I'm sure they would have found somewhere.
I think they go to, is it Tenerife?
Oh, okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not English. Well, I am.
Normally you do your fucking research and you know.
Connor, you know how...
Sorry for...
Now instead of researching, I run sheet the episodes. So
Could you not put... They shot this scene at the end.
It's not in the budget.
No,
it's not in the budget, mate. Budget cuts.
Yeah, I truly think it's just a fucking masterpiece. I love it, and I was so proud of the show when I was like, you know what, this episode actually fucking slaps. Like, this is actually, it's not just a BBC sci-fi show.
No,
you know,
so much more.
It's so dude. It's got like I think it's 9.5 on IMDb.
It's also I think it's 56 minutes long, so it's 10 minutes longer, but it's got two characters.
I noticed that.
Like it's insane. I love little touches like, you know, when the veil stops, the fly stops.
Oh, I love the veil.
Things like that. I think that's all cool.
The veils is such a great concept, just following him around.
Very intimidating. And,
I
like how he times it.
Yeah, though.
He times it. He's got his finger on the thing and he's timing it.
I heard I brought this up in the show literally like over a year and a bit ago, but someone asked Moffat if it was a metaphor also for depression, constantly being there and following you around.
Yes.
And he said, I wasn't going for that, but I see what you're going for. And I think you can, even though Moffat wasn't going for that, I think you can interpret the veil in many ways.
Definitely.
Constantly the grief following you everywhere, like no matter where you are, it will keep following you. And, you know, depression, anxiety, like anything. Like I think even debt or something like that. Like, you know, I've heard all kinds of theories about it, but I think it's...
creepy men.
Creepy men just following you everywhere.
Have I told you when I was followed by a creepy man?
What, in France?
In Italy.
Yeah, some fat guy.
He wasn't fat, actually. He was very thin.
Oh, good looking man, was he?
Oh, man, I considered it.
I told you the shag and talk wasn't over. Go on, all right.
Yeah, well,
your face.
I was actually, the shag talk keeps going, mate.
Yeah,
I was in Europe and I was staying in a hostel.
A hostel.
And this guy and this girl who I had become mates with, they were clearly about to start making some moves in their...
Oh, I see. Okay.
In their emerging relationship.
Yeah.
And I said, don't worry, gang.
All their romances end well.
I'll step outside. It was about 10:30 p.m. My phone was on about 3% charge. And I was like, guess I'm just going to walk around Florence, Italy what time did I say?
10:30?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got back around midnight. Anyways, pitch black, streets are empty. When we got there, the bus driver specifically told us, don't walk the streets of Florence alone at night. First night, that's what I did.
So that's what you did, yeah.
So I was like walking around, there's just empty streets. And it's the classic European, like thin, like narrow, windy streets, like people hanging their washing like across, you know, the roofs and stuff. It's so cool. And I was like, I know there's a river around here somewhere. I walk past it during the day. I'll walk down to the river and back. And man, I could not find this river. And my phone, like I just kept looking on the map I downloaded on my phone. And I was like, right, it's here. Oh, I'm on 2% charge now. This is good. Hope I can find my way back to the hostel. Anyways, this man, I like see him in like my peripheral vision. I'm like, oh, okay.
Was he drunk on wine and shit?
No, he wasn't drunk at all. No, you just made up a whole new story in your mind.
What? So he was fully sober, just fucking following around?
I don't know. Maybe he was drunk, but he didn't come off like he was drunk. But I like saw this guy in my peripheral, and you know, like we've all walked streets alone at night, or even in groups and couples and stuff, where you do see someone that's just taken a few of the same turns as you, and it's a bit like, oh, you know, are we just going a similar direction? Or
yeah, right.
Anyways, it got to a point where it was really excessive. Because like I said, I was like kind of roughly trying to figure out where this river was. So I wasn't really going in a straight line. So I was like, right, the ultimate test. I'm on a straight. I'm gonna cross the road, keep walking the way I'm going, but I'm gonna change the side of the road that I'm on.
Okay.
You know? So I did that. And the guy like immediately does the same thing. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I think he was trying to mug you.
Maybe, yeah. Because I turned around to him and I said, hey, man, can I help you? You're obviously coming a similar way than me. And he was like, literally, like, I am not making this shit up.
Oh, God.
He's this, like, probably in his 70s, really thin guy. And he's like, his first thing to me was, are you alone? And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm so fucked. And I obviously, not smart, but streetwise boy I am. I was like, I got this. I was like, no, I'm just running ahead of the gang. Got a few guys just, you know, around the corner of the street. They'll be here any second. And the guy's like, you're a very pretty man, or like you're a handsome man, like says one of those creepy ass motherfucking things. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go meet up with my friends now. And he goes, are you sure that your friends are coming? And I was like, yep, I'm gonna go meet him now. Thanks, nice to see you. And I like walked off, and he like stood there and just like watched me walk off. Immediately, I found the river, and I was like, that's nice. I'm gonna go back now.
Fuck.
And like the whole way back, I was like watching my back because I was like, he could be following me. He could have more people around if I wasn't gonna get mugged. Like, it was like spooky as fuck.
Yeah, shit.
Sorry, I really hijacked that conversation.
Where you say it was again? In
Florence, Italy, which is a lovely
Italy.
place. It's where the man, the statue of the man and his balls are out.
Oh,
That
yeah.
classic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that is.
So why did they say not to go out by yourself? Was it because of...
Because I guess there's just a lot of that. I guess it's just a kind of dodgy street and city at night.
Yeah, shit.
And it was definitely I've not had an experience like that anywhere else on my travels or just anywhere before. So
Yeah, wow.
spooky dooky. God, I miss traveling. COVID really hit me in the face, and I was like, I've not been. Anyways, what were you saying?
Masterpiece. It is.
It is.
It is. It do be a masterpiece.
It does.
Oh, that's what I want to ask you.
Ask me.
Do you have any flaws?
Well, like I said, I think there is like a 5 minutes or so when he's, and I always find it every time I watch this, I think this, when he goes outside and starts digging, there's just a moment there where I do just go like, I get a little bored for a few minutes, but then immediately like picks back up. But, and I think other than that, it's amazing. And I think I still haven't decided the score I'm going to give it.
Okay.
Because I could easily give this a 10.
Yeah.
But when I watch things, I watch them wanting a really emotive response out of things. So the only 10 I've given so far on the show, I think, is for the Scarecrow ones. What's that called? Human Nature, Family of Blood. And that's because
Man,
it
I
was
wish I gave it a 10.
fantastic two-parter, and the ending like nearly made me tear up, you know? And that for me is a 10 because, you know, I can critique stuff, I can say this episode's, you know, so well made and stuff, but at the end of the day, if I don't have an emotional connection to it, then I don't think it serves its job as entertainment. This, I think, definitely does serve its job as entertainment, and I do have an emotional connection to it.
Yeah.
But it didn't, you know, give me like a gut punch or anything, and I think it could have had the potential to in parts. But I also don't know if that's a genuine criticism, so I'm still weighing it up. Convince me to give it a 10 out of 10, because I've got a feeling you're going to give it
No, look, I was going to say my biggest flaw of it, actually, is that I don't like that Clara's in it. I don't like that.
I think that's like an OCD thing though, right?
An OCD?
Well, because I think it's like, and I used to be the same.
As in, because she's... Yeah, go on.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's the Peter solo episode. It could easily have just been Peter, but now Clara's in it for like a minute scene, and it's not technically the Peter thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it serves a decent job. I don't think it needed to talk to her. I think it could have been one of those things where he sees the Clara painting, and then like something that they didn't have to have a conversation. It could be a visual cue, you know.
Well,
show don't tell.
Yeah, they were doing that. I think they were doing a good job at it with like the chalkboard and stuff. And she's just turned away. You don't even get to see her face. And it's just funny how they did that visually.
Just a mannequin.
Yeah, literally. It kind of feels like it sometimes. It's just weird they do that visually though, and then like I just felt like it wasn't entirely necessary. I just don't think the episode needed it, and obviously because she's coming back for the final, I think it would have done even the audience good to not see her for an episode and really feel the weight of her death. But you know what? This is me grasping at straws. Like I don't think it's terrible.
Must hate something
about it. The flies look a little bit funny sometimes.
That little fly look great.
I'm grasping at straws, man.
Mate,
I'm grasping at straws.
Straws must be miles away from
There's
you,
just
mate.
sometimes where they're buzzing around and they look a bit fake. But
Right.
look, man, I'm grasping at straws. Do I hate the flies? No, I love the flies. I love flies, and
It's a great episode of Breaking Bad.
I love Ryan Johnson's Glass Onion.
Dude, no one is gonna.
He directed Fly.
No, but the amount of people
Surely
that followed,
people get that joke.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but
You got it.
Yes, but I watched Breaking Bad and Knives Out and love Ryan Johnson. Like, a lot of people are going to have to jump through hoops. I'm not saying don't make those jokes.
I'm
just saying.
You're one of many who like Ryan Johnson.
No, I'm so indie. No, I know that. But I'm just saying.
What insulting you fucker?
Yes, you did.
I seriously wasn't.
You attacked me.
I'm
I'm just saying you gotta like. We're asking a lot of the audience to have watched all 3 of those movies. I'm not saying that they're indie by any mean or anything. And Doctor Who is not indie. Fucking Star Wars is not indie. Breaking Bad is not indie.
Do you think Knives Out is indie?
No, it's definitely like lesser known, but it's not indie. It's a big budget feature.
Will you guys see?
Glass Onion? If they're doing screenings in Australia, then yeah, I will.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I
love Ryan Johnson. Honestly, I bet you're like, you're not even going to watch it. You're just going to like Rotten Tomatoes and you're going to put like 1 star out of 10.
I wouldn't do that. Fuck you. I wouldn't do that. No, first of all, I've never done a Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Neither.
Ever. I should though. Yeah, they give those they give the critics like a special verified thing.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get that one day for Doctor Who?
No.
We reviewed every episode. Who else has done that? Well, we're in the mix of it.
Probably a lot of people, but
not all of them.
Not all the people.
Not like this.
Not as thorough as us.
No.
I bet their next Doctor reviews are so much worse than ours.
Yeah, they don't talk about Glass Onion halfway through a show. Nah,
it's got better reviews than it had a screening at TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival.
I know. I've kept up with it.
Big hit.
I've kept up with the hate.
Apparently, it's got a lot of love. People are saying it's better than the first.
No, yeah, of course they are.
Oh my!
Look,
fuck you. All right.
I just think he's a bit of a twat. There, I said it.
What is Ryan Johnson's a lovely guy?
I just don't like him, man.
He's a lovely. You just hate lovely people.
No, I don't.
That's why you don't like me.
I love you. I don't hate lovely people. I just think the guy, I think he had,
You sound like you've just been attacked.
No, I just think I just think that he just stuck his nose in something that he just shouldn't have.
What, Star Wars?
Look, it's fine that I'm happy he directed Star Wars. I was so happy that I was happier than you. Trust me. I love to bring out how much more I liked it more than you. I watched it before you. Remember that? No, I'm just saying, I just think he unnecessarily just changed too much. And look, part of that was the studio for sure, giving him too much freedom. Yeah, I've just blah blah blah. Yeah, I hate Ryan Johnson. I hate life. I hate everything. Oh, is this when you're going to talk about? Is this your transition to?
I was about to say. I was like, cool. Sure, this is a good transition, right?
Go ahead. I want to hear what you thought about it.
Andor is the new Disney Plus Star Wars TV show about Cassian Andor, the character that everyone's been begging for more of ever since Rogue One.
Especially
that was a little bit of sarcasm, but also I think he is a cool character. He's just like, you don't see him and you're like, he needs a show. You know, you don't see that. Anyways,
yeah.
I went into this show fairly excited, not overly, because Star Wars has been such a miss for me lately. The past 7 years. But yeah, I was like, the trailers look pretty good. I appreciate it doesn't look like Star Wars, it's doing things a bit differently. I watched episode 1. All 3 episodes came out together yesterday. I've watched the first episode.
That's right. I heard the first 3 episodes came out because it's quite a lot of episodes, isn't it, this season?
It's going to be 12.
Yeah.
Which, for me, automatically, I'm like, that's great because I'm so sick of the Disney Plus formula of 6 35-minute episodes. Just make it a movie,
Yeah.
Anyways, I went to this episode. I watched it this morning, and I think it's the most I've enjoyed Star Wars probably since The Last Jedi, right? Since 2017. I think, at least based on this first episode, and after watching the first, because I didn't read any reviews before watching it, and then after that I was like, I wonder what other people think, and all the other reviews are talking about all 3 of the episodes, spoiler free, but and apparently all 3 of them are of the same quality.
Yeah, wow.
It's a really good show, man. It's really well directed, and I didn't think I'd say that about Star Wars anytime soon. It's really well crafted.
Yeah.
The score is fuck yeah, man. It's not Mando. It's not John Williams. It's something new, something different. I love that. You can tell they've drawn a lot of influence from Blade Runner. Have you seen the Blade Runner films? A lot of influence stylistically, visually, and with the sound. It's very Blade Runner and I love that. I think that's a great sort of vibe. Yeah, I'm so excited to see where this goes, man. And I'm so happy to be enjoying Star Wars again. It just feels tense. If I give it one flaw, it's that, okay, the night scenes look stunning.
Okay.
But when it goes to daylight, it does go grey Disney Star Wars property, right? And I get they're probably like, oh, it's because it's, it's the Empire days. It's depressing. It's all grey. But it just looks a bit bland. The world building is the best world building Disney Star Wars has done. Fuck it. It's the best world building Disney Star Wars has done. They're adding a lot to the lore of that transitional period between episodes 3 and 4, where the Empire was like in power, but there's different things. Like there's no stormtroopers in this episode. There's no Star Wars references in the episode. Like,
I heard that, yeah.
And I think that's great, and I think that's what Star Wars has been begging for a long time.
Really you've convinced me.
I'll
watch it.
I remember about a month ago you were like, I will not watch Andor.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say to me. I will not watch Andor.
Can someone find that clip? and post it to Twitter of me saying I'm not going to watch Andor, and then me then saying I will watch it? Oh, please. Look, I might watch it. I don't know.
I think it's worth it.
What do you want from me? I'll watch it. I don't watch it. You hate me. I watch it. You hate me. Like, what do you want from me? Great. It's not like Star Wars. That's why I watch the Star Wars show. For it not to be like Star Wars.
Yeah, big fan, and I'm keen to probably watch episodes 2 and 3 after we do this podcast tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can watch episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some time tonight.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not watch Andor?
Yeah.
The other flaw is that right now as well, Andor is still very much the Andor of Rogue One. A little bit plain.
Yeah.
A little bit ordinary. But they're planting some seeds through some flashback sequences and stuff that are, I hope, developing that further.
I wonder, do you reckon the season, whenever it ends, series-wise, it'll lead straight into Rogue One?
I think, yes. I think that's the plan. I was reading, apparently they had a 5-season plan. And then they're like, this is unachievable, let's do 2.
Wait, so they're only doing 2 seasons?
I think so. I'd love to see them do 3.
Well, maybe that's why it's extended.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because that's the biggest...
but I think it's like...
Not even Star Wars, the biggest Marvel... Bigger than Marvel.
It's
they haven't
the
done
longest
12.
Disney Plus live action show.
I was pretty shocked when I heard that.
But I think it was 5 seasons of 12 episodes kind of plan.
Wow.
Heaven Sent, Connor.
Yeah.
Heaven Sent.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to say about it, and also not a lot, because everything about it is incredible.
Yeah.
It's D-Day, mate.
Okay.
What are you going to give Heaven Sent out of 10?
I think I spoiled this a year and a bit ago when I gave Blink did I give Blink a 10?
The world's worst kept spoiler of the 50% Doctor Who podcast. Yes, you did.
Yeah. So I think I said when I gave Blink a 10, I think I said I'm not going to give a 10 for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And honestly, enjoy this while it lasts, because I don't think I ever will again.
Yep.
Seriously, I hate to say it.
Wait, so you're giving this a 10?
Yes.
Wow.
10.
Wow.
I mean, I really hope Russell gives me something that I want to give a 10, but it's a very hard to achieve thing.
Mate, it's hard to impress us boys, that's for sure.
I reckon if I can
sit
guess...
here and bitch about Doctor Who and drink beers, pretending like we can do it that good.
We can. I reckon you're going to give it a 9.5.
I thought about it, but talking about it, fuck it. It's amazing.
Go on.
10. It's a 10, mate. It's a 10.
Go on, then.
It's a 10.
Wow, that's cheeky.
It is cheeky.
Have you ever given a 10 before? Oh, no, you have. 1 10?
No, I've given 3, actually, I think.
Wait, what was the...
We both gave Was and Mars a 10.
Oh, I gave Was Mars 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, okay.
So I think for me, from the rewatch so far, the big battle is between Heaven Sent, Waters and Mars, and
Family of Blood,
Human Nature. As to which one's my favorite, it's them 3 at the moment. When we finish this pod, the whole, when we finish The Timeless Children, and we've reviewed every episode of New Who.
Yeah.
There's probably an episode out there we could do where it is the battle for the favorite episode, where we do weigh up everything we've catalogued, and it's sort of a big recap of all. This is episode 128 of our podcast.
Yeah.
We do one big recap episode where we ultimately figure out what's on top, and we juggle up the scores we gave them, but also, in retrospect, because we could have been watching series 3 and there's an episode we loved, but then we watched series 4 and there's an episode we love, and we gave them the same score, but then when you put the 2 episodes next to each other, maybe one is better than the other.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a bit of analysis.
Well, you didn't give Blink a 10, but I did.
No, I think I gave Blink a 9. I gave Blink a 9 and you gave Blink a 10.
That's crazy.
Dave gave Blink a 10 as well.
Out of 4 of the 10s I've given, 3 of them are Moffat stories.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say about my point previously.
He's a king.
That he just makes these stories that are so fucking good.
He just makes the shit up as he goes, and they're so good. You also gave The Empty Child Dr. Dances a 10, of course, because that's your favourite episode.
So, with that, Blink and this episode is 3 Moffat stories.
Mm-hmm. And that's, I believe, all of the 10s.
I think that's it, to be honest. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to give one again. I really hope I'm wrong. I know for a fact there's not any in Jody's hero with Peace and Love, unless Power the Doctor absolutely knocks my socks off.
Mate, I hope you're ready to lose your socks.
I hope so too.
It's going to be huge.
Huge.
Do we have next week's episode? Is that all locked in?
Yes.
Is that all sorted so we can talk about it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
I have a date plan for it, but...
You got a hot date?
Next Monday/Thursday when we record.
Everyone's favourite classic Doctor Who missing episode person. Everyone's favourite person with the last name Snares.
Yeah. Everyone's favourite Josh.
Everyone's favourite Josh.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite Josh Snares.
He called you out because you said the Crispy is the nicest Doctor Who.
I knew I was going to get some shit for that. But yeah, Josh Snares is going to be joining us on the show next week. We're happy to have them on because they are bloody amazing.
Isn't it crazy that they wanted to come back on?
I know. Like they sat through it once and they were like, yeah, I'll do it again.
And even Crispy was like, I'll come on again. And hey,
after your own Crispy scrap after the pod.
I know.
I think he took that back. I think he was like,
yeah, because he said on air he'd come on, and then after with our scrap,
you guys had a fight.
We'll never reveal what we fought about, but it was pretty personal.
I think the last thing that you said before you kicked him out of the Zoom was
Josh is better.
You said Josh is better, and then Crispy goes, "I'll make sure you never work in the Doctor Who community again."
Yeah, that's from the ambassador of Doctor Who in Australia.
Yeah,
told us that.
He said,
so we're banned from Whovians. We're banned from
he's making sure
every
we're never going
BBC
on
event ever.
We're never getting Talele on the show.
No, yeah. Me and Crispy just beefed, and
we shouldn't say this.
We just beefed, and
people are just gonna, especially people listening, are gonna be. They can't see our silly faces.
Hey man,
we're laughing.
I can't help it that me and Crispy beefed. It's Crispy beef.
Me and you beefed once, and that was great.
Yeah, isn't that a 200th episode?
In our 200th episode, we'll tell you about my and Connor's ultimate big scrap beef.
It never really ended.
No, this podcast is petty.
Was to can I just say real quick?
No.
I'll keep it brief.
Yeah.
I'll keep it short, like Aidan's knob. I can't hear that peak. That was just like up there on the peak. You'll see where they're in. I'll keep it brief and short, but I watched the best TV show I've ever watched since Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. There, I said it.
Right. That was how high you're rating it. What show is this called?
True Detective. Just season 1. I've heard 2 and 3. I've heard 2 is really bad, and I've heard 3 is better, but they're completely different stories. So don't let that fool you. It's almost like Children of Earth and Miracle Day. You know what I mean? Like,
is it about detectives?
It is.
Are they telling the truth? Are they looking for the truth?
They're looking for the truth.
Ah.
I watched it all in a week.
Sounds unoriginal.
8 episodes. Funny. It's the guy who directed No Time to Die, which is funny, and it shocked me when I heard that.
Yeah.
There's this one shot in episode 4 which is amazing, and I know you'll love it. You love characters, man.
No, I don't.
And it's
I hate
How
characters.
did you know, you go, Rosie?
I hate
How did
characters.
you know?
What are you talking about?
Seriously? I don't say this lightly. Best TV show I've watched since Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, it's, in my opinion, a masterpiece. I fucking loved it. I thought it was so good. I can't believe I slept in it for so long.
Jeez.
All I ever heard was good things, and I thought it was going to be really good, but I just absolutely loved it, and I can't stop thinking about it. And, like, not saying you need, motivation to write, but even me who's not writing anything or has plans to, it just makes me want to fucking write something.
Don't worry, I've got Hellbent for that.
You got Hellbent and you got ET. So look, I know you got a lot of stuff to watch, and I'll put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
All right, how long's your fucking list? As long as my like 2 arms,
my ding dong.
Short like Aidan's knobs. You got a short list. This big.
Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 things on it.
What is it then? What are you gonna watch?
I don't know. I'm really battling TV shows at the moment because I'm determined. Like, I want to enjoy The Boys.
I know you never finished The Boys, eh?
I've watched the first of season 2, and I'm like having this battle trying to get through. But I've also just been quite busy in the evening.
Everyone loves
recently.
The Boys.
Been a bit busy in the evenings, and yeah, but been doing a lot of work in the evenings, and like tearing my brain apart in the process. And so when I have just been wanting to sit back and relax at like 9 p.m. when I finally close the laptop, I'm looking at FIFA.
Can I just say,
No.
I've been playing the A-League.
Oh.
12 teams.
Yep.
And down to top 3.
Wow.
I took Perth Glory to top 3.
That's impressive.
And
I didn't do that.
Dude, we started so shit, and somehow we made the top 3. So we're not out there yet, but I reckon we could win it.
In it to win it.
But what I will say though is like literally it's 8 episodes, an hour each, and 1 season. So you'll be done quick as smart. And
all right.
I've been telling everyone to watch it. I hate people like me who watch something and they're like, "You gotta watch it. It's like the best thing ever." Like, but that is me right now.
No, but that's just because you're passionate about it, right? Like, I do the same thing.
I'm so passionate about it. I think it's a fucking amazing show. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I just think it's so great. Like,
I abuse my cinematographer who's never seen Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, and now they've just started Breaking Bad. But like, I like literally send him Better Call Saul screenshots every day, like just to be like, you want to? I think I said to him one day, I was like, "You want to make good fucking drama? You better watch Better Call Saul."
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I went to my girlfriend's cousin's birthday party.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
The cousin didn't invite you. I apologize. Did you take it up with Skylar?
Oh well.
But she literally the second I got there, she was like, Skylar White. Yeah, she was like, "I need to talk to you," and I was like, "What the fuck have I done or said? Like, have I done something?" And then she took me to this guy. And she was like, "He's got a film podcast."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Film
Someone's got a
podcast."
podcast." And literally it was like looking in a mirror.
You were like, "Nerd."
I'm like, what a loser like me. It's called Quiet on Set. It's actually quite big.
Yeah.
No, but it was like literally looking in a mirror. Like, he just knew shit like we did. Like,
yeah. Knew what a microphone was. I just want to say,
he had good taste because he liked Nope. Okay. In fact, he loved it like me.
I do want to say the visual
the trailer?
listeners. Well,
oh, no, it's not.
You're going to see how angry my face just got because the last day I turned on Doctor Who notifications on Twitter because I wanted to.
What, you didn't have it on before?
No,
I have it on.
Yeah, well, I just thought,
Ew.
especially if we're doing the podcast and the trailer comes up whilst we're doing the pod because they usually post stuff around this time.
I don't go on my phone on the show, so.
Well, I only went on it because we were wrapping up, and so I just went to have a look and see if the trailer was released.
So the other day, you're always on it. I'm like, I'm not.
I don't care. I don't care. I was just looking to see if the trailer had come out for the Centenary / The Power of the Doctor, and then I saw a post with a trailer on it from Doctor Who, and it turns out it was just a big finish. It's just a big finish trailer.
Oh, I saw Ace, and I was like, well, Ace is in the.
Well, she's also in Big Finish. Thanks. I think they're using photos from her, like.
Oh, I think they are because I saw a picture of her from the Centenary, and I was like, that kind of makes me forget because.
Now Connor's on his phone.
No,
never mind.
I put up, "Is Heaven Sent the best episode of all time?" And actually now it's 50-50. Yes and no.
50.
It wasn't for a while.
Well, that is over on Instagram at 50Doctor. You can also chat to us over on Twitter at 50Doctor. Let's wrap up the show. Next week we have Josh Snares talking about Hellbent.
Mom, I made it.
That's great. We've got to bring some sass to that ep. I feel like we should get sassy about Hellbent.
Well,
was that? No, that's like preconceiving what you think of an episode, right? Open-minded about Hellbent.
I'd said before, I think I'm actually gonna enjoy it more than I have ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't think it's great, but it's funny. I looked on the IMDb score, and it's actually not even that bad. Like,
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we're gonna be sassy. Maybe we're gonna be like.
I think just when it aired, like we just got Heaven Sent. So I think
all my fingers were clicking when it aired.
What?
You know, it's the classic sass. Like,
Oh, the. Wait, why are you saying sass? I don't get it.
I'm just saying if we're gonna get sassy about, like, if we're talking shit.
I don't want to give Moffat.
Like,
I don't want to tear
hell-bent.
Moffat a new one. He has a fetish about strong characters that he said in it.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
If you want to rip into me for anything, say I have a fetish for strong female characters. Not saying I got shit female characters.
That's not Connor saying that. That's from a Moffat interview. Anyways, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50 Doctor and see our faces on the YouTube channel, the 50 Cent Doctor Who Podcast YouTube channel. And check out the Black Archive, some great archival images. I've been Aidan.
I've been Connor.
And
I guess that's it.
That's it.
I guess that's it.
That's it. Do you?
My finger's stuck.
Your finger's stuck. Good job. Shall we sing our song?
We probably should.
We should. We're dawdling.
Sing my song.
I don't know what that means.
It's Aidan and Connor's podcast. I'm doing it solo today. Solo today. It wasn't even that, like...
I was trying to make a musical instrument.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine, you tried.
Look, what can you do other than try? We
What
try
can
our
we
best.
do with a drunken
We
podcaster?
overcome, we survive.
What can we
drunk.
do with a drunken sailor?
my
What
third
can
bev.
we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? I should have sang that in Sea Devils.
You've been watching too many Fisherman Friends.
I do love The Lighthouse. It's my favourite movie ever.
Of two very different movies.
Wait, what did you say? Fisherman
Fisherman
Friends?
Friends.
That's a sweet.
English.
Didn't you
movie.
say that's a different movie?
It's a different movie. Fisherman Friends is a movie, right?
Yeah, but they're sweets as well.
They're sweets.
Yeah, Fisherman Friends.
Like lollies.
Yeah, they're for like seasickness.
Right.
Wait, there's a movie called Fisherman Friends?
Yeah, the second one just came out.
No, it didn't.
It did.
Wait, what?
I'm Googling this shit for you right now. Fisherman Friends. Fisherman
Yeah, it's a sweet as well, though. You'll
Friends.
see the...
movie. Fisherman Friends. Fisherman Friends is a 2019 film. And there's also Fisherman Friends 1 and All was the movie that came out like 2 months ago.
And it's directed by...
I don't fucking know.
It's
I don't
not
have all the answers.
Yeah, that horse movie that...
Directed by Chris Fogan.
Eurus Lynn. He directed the that horse movie.
Why are we talking about Eros Lynn?
No, because he directed that horse movie with...
That's not Fisherman Friends.
No, what's her name? That Australian actress from Hereditary. Tony Collette.
Yes, she's an actor. So why are we talking about...
I don't know, it just
Eros
reminded me of
Lynn?
it. I don't know.
Because this is about fishermen.
Friends.
And Eros's movie is about
a
horses.
horse. Yeah. I don't know. It looked like a low budget fucking BBC movie.
Oh, that reminds me of Charlotte's Web.
Was that a BBC movie?
No, it's about pigs. Isn't it?
What's that got to do with anything?
That's the same argument. Because you were like, oh, it's about...
No, I'm
it's
saying
about a horse. That's
no,
about
that
fish.
looked like a BBC budget. You can always tell a BBC movie it looks like that.
It's not a BBC movie, mate. I'll have you know
I'd be
that
shocked
this
if it
was
wasn't.
made by Powder Keg Pictures, Fred Films, Creo Films, Legacy, Metral Technology, Bondel Media Capital, and distributed by Entertainment Film
How do you know this
Distributors.
movie? Are you friends with like the director or something?
No, actually, I just listen to film podcasts. All right,
Oh,
Review
okay.
The latest releases.
Excuse me.
Okay, so I don't have to watch them.
I didn't know Brett Goldstein had a new episode
That's
out.
not Brett's podcast. Brett is not a film
It
critic.
literally put me in a
He's an
casket
actor.
because that episode, that podcast is boring as shit.
What the fuck? It's actually such a good podcast.
Put me in a casket. That shit's
I'm
boring
done.
as hell.
I'm done.
That shit makes me die.
You're just chatting shit for the sake of chatting shit.
I am. I
I
started.
used to be a part of it.
I started too, which is annoying.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the first time he's actually walked out. He's just standing there. Fuck you. I can lock you out. You just
Lock you in.
simp fucking Brett Goldstein.
Brett Goldstein is my dad.
Yeah, he's Hercules as well.
Alright, that's enough of this episode.
Yeah, that's the longest
That's the
post-credit
long
scene I've ever
outro.
seen.